Gusto ko ng bumitaw.
Who's singing better?
No.
Morissette.
Nope. Morissette. Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and today we are reacting to something we actually kind of already reacted to.
That's true. It's the first time on the channel.
Yeah, we're doing double reactions. What in the world? But we had to. Morissette is always so amazing, and the Wish Bus performances, just there's something about them that a lot of people like. It's not just us.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're gonna check it out, and we're really excited.
As we enter into the new year, Chase and I have set some goals for our channel and our business, and we are so excited because Skillshare is helping us reach these goals. Some of the goals that we've been focusing on are productivity and time management, as well as upping our game in video production. So we've used Skillshare to do just that.
I personally am the king of procrastination, so I've been diving in to the Productivity Masterclass by Ali Abdaal, and I'm so excited about it. It's a lot of very applicable tools that can just change my day a little bit so that I can get a lot more done. Melia and I have wanted to be our own bosses for years, and working these traditional 9-to-5 jobs just wasn't for us. With Skillshare, we get to tailor and choose the things that would help us with our business the most.
As Chase just mentioned, we love working for ourselves and we've always wanted this. So I would totally recommend for you guys, if you want to get out of the 9-to-5, to check out the Build a Creative Career class. This class will help you uncover your goals and dreams and passions and help you turn them into a career. So if you are ready to start achieving your goals, be sure to check out Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use the link in our description box below will get Skillshare for a full month for free. So make sure you guys check that out and get started achieving your goals today. If you guys are new to our channel and this is the first time you're seeing us, we are Chase and Melia. We are singers, voice teachers, and we just love talking about singing. So we're gonna pause often, talk about technique we're hearing, things we're hearing, so that you guys can get better at singing and we can get better at singing and we can all learn together. So if you're interested in that, stick around and let's get started.
Wish 107.5.
Umiiyak gabi-gabi, walang tinig na naririnig, nakikipaglaban sa digmaan, natalunan hanggang kailan, talo na, pagod na. Akala ko'y kaysa akin pa pero hindi na pala, wala na nga ba talaga? Lalakalag sa kadiliman, naliligaw, nalilito. Ano nga ba ako sa'yo? Sino nga ba ako sa'yo? Dito sa aking pagkakahimlay, sa dibdib ko ay parang may nakadagang, walang kasing lungkot, walang kasing sakit. Gusto ko nang bumitaw, ngunit ayaw pa puso. Gusto ko nang bumitaw, may pag-asa pa siguro. Kalaban ang sarili, sino bang dapat pumili? Sino nga ba, ako ba o ikaw?
There's no good place to stop that.
No, for sure.
Couple things that jump off to me is if you're ever in a situation where you're trying to do recordings like this, it can be really, really difficult to work with you want a really sensitive mic because it picks up so much overtones. It really captures your voice really well. And the more information, the more they can tailor it and fit it into the music really well. It's just, it kind of makes for a better recording. But with those more sensitive mics come a lot more of the p and the plosives and like the, just you have to have a lot more discipline. And I think the first thing that comes off to me is that she's hitting these because it's kind of part of the rhythm interest of the song.
Absolutely.
But it's not overpowering the mic.
Absolutely.
And that's technique.
Absolutely.
That's because she's a recording artist. That's because she's been doing this for years.
Absolutely.
And she knows how to use a mic that close.
And I think in layman's terms, you're literally saying like the S's and the T's and the P's and all of those consonants are really crisp and clean and clear and not overpowering, even though that mic is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like that takes so much skill because it takes like nuance, right?
Yeah.
Maybe nuance is the wrong word. It takes like
control.
Control, I think, absolutely. And she just has to be, you know, when you have to sing, she's singing these long phrases that have fast movement in the consonants, but not in like there's not like a lot going on other than the movement of the words, right? And you can hear that the words are kind of like the rhythm driving it, which take a lot of air and take a lot of energy, but you don't want to overdo it and it make it sound like, you know what I mean? And it could easily happen. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people do, or at least what we kind of heard in school and what I've picked up from different recording people is, you know, you just lighten up on those specific ones. You do, you know, ta, instead of t.
Yeah.
You know, it's a ta. It's almost like a D. Or, and this actually might also be native to the Filipino, to the Tagalog, but I think it's also like the P, b. It's almost like a b. Or you just, you don't hit it, you just barely kind of touch it. And this is actually something we recently recorded Oh Holy Night for Christmas. And that was a conversation I had with our recording person is how I, you know, get better at that. And like in different takes, the more I thought about it, the better it got. But at the same time, it's one more thing you're thinking about. You're not always thinking about your vocal technique. Now you're also trying to, you know, have good mic technique.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think the other thing with this song in general, I really love this song. I think it highlights her voice. I'm pretty sure I said this the last time we reacted to this specific, this song. Her voice sounds so much more, I would say mature than it has. I mean, she's getting older, right? And not in like a bad way. Like literally your voice matures as you get older and you kind of fall into your voice. And especially for women, from when you're like 20 to 30, a lot changes. It's almost like a second puberty. I'm going to make that up. It's not real, but like, it's almost like, you know, it's a big shift for us and it's subtle when it's happening, but like the amount that your voice changes in timbre and resonance over like 4 years might be significant. And I feel like I'm really hearing that.
Well, and 4 years is about how long
it's about how long it's been.
You know, from Akin Kanila.
Exactly.
And you know, the first ones we were doing, those are years ago. And so if you think about a person and their skill and how they grow over a full 4 years of time, that's not a small amount of time.
Absolutely.
And you can really accomplish a lot in that time.
Yeah. But I dig this song so much.
Yeah. I also love artistry.
Oh, for sure.
So she is, that first verse is not the same energy-wise as the second verse. But the second verse isn't like all there, right? She's still holding a little bit back. And even in the first time she hits the chorus, she's still holding a little bit back. And that's because when you just give it all out up front, there's no build, there's no dynamic contrast, you know. So you know, a lot of people think they just need to sing louder, but actually start quieter. That's
absolutely.
What Morissette does. She starts quieter.
And have dynamics, because that's what makes, you know, being loud isn't interesting. Loud and quiet, like contrasting, is what makes it interesting. You know, she's absolutely a master of that. Let's rewind it just a little bit and then keep going.
Wala kasing sakit. Gusto ko nang bumitaw, ngunit ayaw pa puso. Gusto ko nang bumitaw, may pag-asa pa siguro. Kalaban ang sarili, sino bang dapat pumili? Sino nga ba, ako ba o ikaw? Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Kung kalungkutan kong kaligayahan mo, kung pagkakapos ko'y paglaya mo, kung ang sugat sa puso kung siyang lunas dyan sa puso mo, paano na ako magpaparaya pa? Papakawalan na lamang bakit ang buo sa loob, pinanghihinaan na ng loob.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm so sorry. But her phrasing,
That's exactly
that
what I was
one
gonna say.
last, like,
Absolutely.
where do you breathe, Morissette?
And every time she doesn't breathe where
Like-
you know, every time that she doesn't breathe where you think she's going to breathe, it's exciting.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
it gets
like-
more exciting. And she just goes through it every single time. It's
Absolutely.
amazing.
And it doesn't sound like she's running out of air or anything like that, which, again, is technique and intention and mastery of... Mastery?
Of her instrument?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just like... it's such a testament to her skill.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw, ngunit ayaw pa ng puso. Gusto ko nang bumitaw, may pag-asa ba siguro? Kalaban ang sarili, sino pang dapat pumili? Sino nga ba, ako ba o ikaw? Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
So, dun 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 dun. Every time she's kind, she is stopping her air a little bit, but
Right.
the pressure and the forward kind of motion,
Yeah.
is never stops.
Right.
And it feels like she's like building up speed.
Right.
Da,
It is.
that one is just gets so it's so much more powerful because she's built that
Absolutely.
throughout the whole phrase.
And I feel like this is a really cool song for singers because it is exactly that. It's like a ramp.
Yeah.
It feels for that chorus where it literally just builds up to that high point, but it gives you that like momentum that I feel like so often we need when we're singing.
Absolutely.
I kind of want to try it, but I'm not warmed up. Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
That was pretty close. I
Close.
had to turn it down some more. Go for it one more time.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw. I'm not.
The last one was better,
I know,
but I clicked
It's
it.
because I'm not.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
You need to go up. Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
Okay. Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
Who sang it better?
No.
Morissette.
Nope. Morris. Fair play.
Fair play.
Fair
But
play.
okay, so what we're trying to see too a little bit is we've talked a lot on our channel about her signature squeak and our philosophies on the technique of it and what is happening there. I think our opinions on that hasn't changed. What she's physically doing to achieve that squeak.
The vocal health portion.
The vocal health
I would
portion of
say
it.
has
Exactly.
not changed.
So I think one of the things that I kind of want to display, even though I'm doing a poor job of it, is what it takes for your voice to really make that sound is taxing, right? It's taxing and powerful and great and awesome
and artistic,
all of those
and
things,
musical,
absolutely.
and all that kind of
They can
stuff.
all be true. That's the tension of life, right?
Yep.
Like we can have good and bad at the same time, and we're not saying good and bad, but like she can be using a technique intentionally that we find unhealthy for her artistry
or can wear out her voice or
Right.
all that kind of stuff.
And it can still be beautiful.
But it can still be beautiful.
and it can still be
and
great
musical.
and
Yeah.
musical. And I think that's what's hard. I think our biggest, what we always want to say on these videos is we're not here giving Morissette a voice lesson.
Nope.
We're not trying to tell her how she should do it. What we're trying to say is when you guys love Morissette and want to sing like Morissette, there are things that you should probably be cautious of.
Just be aware.
Yeah.
And it's even, for me, it's like, it should be a choice.
It should be a
you
choice,
should know
yes.
what you're getting into. You
Absolutely.
should know, if I've been asking a lot of my students lately, after you sing, are you tired?
Right.
Okay, cool. What can we do about that?
Right.
It's not you're unhealthy and how you do things is
Right.
the wrong way. It's like, is this a problem? Do we want to
Is this
fix
a problem?
it?
Exactly.
Is this a problem?
And you know what? I think we don't know Morissette, obviously, and we can only speculate. I'm not sure that this is a problem for her because she seems to be continuing to do it. But I think that the amount that she does it and the way she's doing it feels a little different.
I think that she's making a choice.
I think she's making choices.
choosing to do that.
Yeah.
And like Ariana Grande, just talked about how she's also making different choices vocally because she wants to save her voice, especially when she's
Yeah.
on tour and stuff. And so,
Right.
as artists, we get to make choices on how we use our instruments all the
All
time.
the time. That's up to you. It's your instrument.
Yeah, 100%.
I have to try it one last time. Goose at the note.
Yeah.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Sorry, I'm gonna try one more time.
You're dang good though.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw. I don't know how she does the squeak. Mine's just a cry. My voice
yeah,
closes too
it's
fast.
this. Yeah, so you got to go.
Ouch.
Until it starts to phonate. That was closer though. I also do that in my singing, and it's one of the reasons why it kind of tipped me off to a little bit more of what I think that she's going through is because I go through it myself.
Right.
I'm working.
It's why
on
we're
this stuff
sensitive to
myself.
it.
It's
Yeah.
why I'm sensitive
Yeah.
to it. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Let's
keep
just
going.
listen to her.
We gotta keep watching this.
Kung dapat pumili, sino nga ba, ako ba o ikaw? Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Mahagulgol, ngunit wala namang nakikinig. Walang magandang pupuntahan, kailanman ang maling pag-ibig. Kaya ngayon pipiliin ko muna ang aking sarili bago magmahal muli. Magmamahalan pa kaya? Magmamahalan pa kaya tayo muli? Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
Keep change.
Tanga pa ng puso. Gusto ko nang bumitaw. May pag-asa pa siguro. Kalaban ang sarili. Sino pang dapat pumili? Sino nga ba, ako ba o ikaw? Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Gusto ko nang bumitaw. Gusto ko nang bumitaw. 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 Gusto ko nang bumitaw.
Wish exclusive on Wish
Pipiliin ko na sarili.
1075.
Bitaw, bibitaw na.
Wow. I honestly, it's so infectious to watch a person just own what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like those videos when you watch people and they're like peeling a watermelon like super duper fast, or they're filleting a
Yeah.
fish, and they're just doing it with such mastery and skill. And they just know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
That's why those videos get so much views, because it's you can't look away.
Right.
You
It's
can't-
well, and that's exactly it. Yeah.
you
Sorry.
can't stop watching.
You can't stop watching.
And I don't know. I love that. And
I do too.
I think she's just killer.
I think
killed it. You know,
she killed it, for sure.
She got after it. You know what I mean?
I would say something specific, like one last thing, because there's so much you can say about this, but I feel like when the key change happened, there was a tonal shift in her voice that I felt like was so freeing and vibrant, and versus the former, like the first few verses and choruses had a little bit of like held nature to it. Like I felt like there was a little bit of like, it wasn't, her resonance just wasn't going this way, as this is all very like minuscule, right? Like very
Well, and
minute.
I think she was still building.
Yes.
She was still building.
But it really just opened up in the end there, which she's just so known for. And man, I am so glad that we reacted to that again. We almost didn't because we did the song before.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm glad we did it anyway.
And these wish buttons, she's crossing her legs.
She
first
is.
Of all.
I know.
But I also
And she
think,
grabs the
I feel
table.
like that might also be helping her compress
Kinda
her
hold.
belly up into, because that's how our
For sure.
our lungs work. They, everyone talks about the diaphragm,
Yeah.
which is right here. But if you have stuff that kind of pushes up into the diaphragm, that's how we breathe, is with our bellies.
Absolutely.
We bring our bellies in, and that sends our diaphragm up, and that sends our the air out of our lungs. And so she's kind of compressing it to get more air pressure, or she could be. I
Yeah.
mean, that is so interesting, and it makes me kind of want to try sitting
Sing,
down a little bit,
you know?
singing, sitting down, and maybe even not, because I get so in my head thinking that I want to stand, I want to stand, I want to
Right.
stand. But if I sit down and have that idea that no, I'm giving plenty
We're
of
still
breath
using
support there.
and grounded.
It could be pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, if this was your first time, or if it wasn't, we hope you learned something and found it entertaining. We certainly did learn something, and we
100%.
are always entertained by Morissette. So
Yeah, go sing.
Absolutely. If you happen to be new to our channel, please be sure to consider subscribing. We make videos like this every single week. We are Chase and Melia. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.